We'll start off by explaining the interface of Photoshop, and at the very top you see what we call the menu bar right there, and followed by the menu bar is what we call the tool options bar. The horizontal bar you see immediately after the menu bar there. By the way, this is Photoshop CX6, and you can use any version you want. I think the interface is quite similar, so we are just going to continue with this. If you have the latter version, which is CC, you can also use, but I choose CX6 because it's more preferred. I actually like using this compared to any other version, so it's my own taste. Okay, but maybe in subsequent courses we might be using latter versions like the CC, and maybe the current versions or the subsequent versions of Photoshop releases. Okay, but for this introductory course, we're going to stick to the CX6. Like I said, you can use any other version of your choice. There's no problem about that. So at the right corner here you see essentials. That's what we call the workspace selector. Now we're going to talk about workspace in subsequent videos, but for now that is what we call the workspace selector. Now at the right side of our application we have what is called the tool panel. You might hear the tools bar, okay, but I call it the tools panel because it's a panel. Okay, it's dockable. Okay, and you can dock it back. Okay, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Now at the right side you see other panels, and here you have the color swatches, all other panels that are not the tools panel. Okay, and to view a list of complete panels in Photoshop, you go to your window menu and you see a list of all the panels available inside Photoshop. Okay, so here you see the actions adjustment down to 2 presets, and we have options bar, which is the one we have at the top. Now for each one you click, you see its own panel. It's being displayed at the very left side of the screen. Okay, and we are going to quickly look at how to open and close these panels. Okay, but before we do that, let me take my time and explain 1 or 2 other things. Now the center space you see here, where you can work on your document. Let me go to file, new, and let me quickly create a new document and show you what I'm talking about. Now this is a new document, so this is what we call the workspace. Okay, you work on your document, you can expand or zoom, you can zoom in and you can zoom out, you can do whatever you want on your document right at the middle here, which is what we call the working area. Okay, so under here is what we call the status bar, and the status bar holds little document properties about your current working document. Okay, so here you see 66.67%. that is the zoom level of your document, and here you have the document size, which is set to 1.03 megabyte, and we've used 0 megabyte out of it. So here you see other things you can preview on the status bar with regards to this particular document that we are working on. Okay, so here you have other tools or panels rather. You have other panels down here which we might be or might not be talking about, but let's focus on the ones that are more important for now. In subsequent videos we're going to talk about those ones. So right here we have our panels, like I said, and one thing about Photoshop is you can dock a panel and dock it back to its current position or to anywhere of your choice. We're going to look at that in subsequent video. And one I want to tell you is, in Photoshop you can open as many documents as you want. It tabs the document. Okay, that is one interesting feature that I like about Photoshop. You can tab your documents. Okay, you can work with more than 2 documents, with more than 5 documents, with more than 1 document. And you see that here we have document 2 or title 2, which is the default name it gives to an unnamed document, and this is the first one I open, which is untitled 1. So for as many documents as you are working on, Photoshop have a particular area where it lays or arranges your document for you, which is the area that you're looking at right now. Okay, so here we have Untitled 1 set to 66.7% zoom level, and we are working on the RGB color mode, 8 bits. Okay, and here we have document 2. Now the sizes are the same thing, so you might not get a difference. Now let me quickly close this and create a new document with a different size. Now I'll set this to 900. Now you see that our document 1 is smaller than our document 2, in this case Untitled 2. Okay, so you can decide to undock this by dragging it out of the position that it is, and you have a floating document. Okay, and you can decide to dock it back by clicking the maximize like this, or okay, the maximize button fills the document on the screen. Okay, now when you minimize it, you can decide to dock it back by dragging it back to its initial position, and when you do that, you will see a blue border around the working area to tell you that when you release your mouse, it becomes docked back to its initial position. Now let's look at how that works. There, now you will discover that your document has been docked back to its initial position. Now you can do that depending on your document and depending on what you are working on. It's a matter of choice. You might want to, you might not want to. That is left for you. Okay, but I just want to let you know that such feature is available right here in Photoshop. Now there are some other things you can do in Photoshop with regards to working with multiple documents, which we are going to look at in subsequent videos. But till then, let's talk about the panels in details in our next video.